All right, interweb land, back for another one. That's it, Rosco Odyssey. We're gonna do a Rosco Odyssey talk today, and this is basically gonna be kind of I actually have a topic lined out, and this will be kind of a blue collar dollar perspective, or from my view or vantage, or the way maybe Rosco Odyssey sees it. And so what we're looking at here is the First Amendment to what we know of here in the United States of America as part of the Bill of Rights. And the reason why I'm diving into this one and this topic, this First Amendment, is I kind of have an idea, a question. I mean, there's something about this that I know kind of what is said more or less out in the open, but I think I just have it's kind of a gut feeling. Like, I believe the founders, they really had a grasp of knowledge that's, man, I can't really explain it, but I just really feel like they left something of great value. So this is a topic that I want to kind of try to illustrate. And the way I'm going to go about it is saying how I have a general feeling that the First Amendment is the First Amendment for a very sound reason. So if you remember back, I'm a 72 baby. Okay, so if you remember back in the, what was it, late 70s, I'm gonna say mid to late 70s, early 80s, somewhere in there. There was a bunch of movies that came out. It was called Planet of the Apes, and the first one, obviously you have these apes, like they're everything's like this is Earth, but the humans are caged and they don't speak. They're mutes, except for, like, I think one that was a female or something. And the apes are running around, just speaking English, living life, And the reason why I use that movie to illustrate the First Amendment is because I think it's not just it's a framework of speech and a few other topics in there. And I don't want to dive into the whole thing because I got something real specific I'm trying to see if I can get out. And it has to do with the reason why I'm able to even do this right now is because I have a voice and something to communicate outwardly. And I think that's where the importance of the First Amendment really is. I mean, we can debate all the finer details of it. It's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go out there and spew vulgarities and be insulting towards others, and, you feel it's your right to do so, well, I mean, don't put yourself in a position where, you got to physically defend yourself because you're basically just running your mouth. I mean, that's not I don't think this is what this is talking about. I think this is really talking about the importance of just found ability to communicate ideas, and that can be in so many different areas that we right now that we're able to do. Whether it's radio, TV, now internet, written, letters, books, literature. So all these ways, if there weren't foundational principles of, yeah, we have an ability to communicate with one another, verbally, audio, whether it's audio, through pictures, symbols. Well, then what is that? What is that really? I guess my question is the First Amendment actually a true protection of a type of freedom that we experience or that we are able to engage with, and why? And I hope this is making sense, because I'm really just going with it, and my thought and an idea I had to try to get this out, because for anybody that I have a few subscribers, not many, but there are some views, so some people are watching this content or do get to see this content, and this is kind of a big topic. I think Constitution is. I know a lot. It's not really widely accepted or supported, and I get all that, but there's so much derived from foundational abilities to do certain things, communicate with one another, and in this First Amendment, it's called free speech. So I hope that this kind of gets an idea out there that there are tools to solve, our issues. And in the United States, I do believe that part of the tools are given within the framework of, per se, the Constitution. Now, and again, I recognize that not everybody really embraces this thought as far as the constitutionality and that sort of thing. But I don't think that, to me, that's not a deal breaker. I don't think that it's like history. I would much rather see like the fact-based histories versus the narrative-based histories, and that's what I'm kind of getting at. If there's no tool to utilize, in other words, when I hear something, if I'm not privy to a teaching to ask a question, I may never ask a question. I might just hear it and think, well, that's what it is. So with the First Amendment and that ability of communication, I think it also lends itself to an ability of being able to receive information and go a little bit further with it. So I hope that I was able to kind of convey a message on why I think the First Amendment is an important part of this country, or the country that I call the United States, or the United States of America, also known as the United States of America, and why it is that we have a lot of the tools that we have, like internet, radio, television, and such. Okay, so Rosco talks. Thanks.